So we are in a very tumultuous time right now. Obviously, you don't need me to tell you that. In fact, we've been in increasingly tumultuous energies in our society for a long time. They seem to be constantly ratcheted up. The polarization, the altercations, the conflictual beliefs and energies assaulting us. I've started to think of it as like microaggressions that we're continually being attacked by these little energy bites and sound bites and news bites, and they're literally biting us. Feels like that. Well, of course, it's more intense at the time of an election. And I confess to being at times quite hypnotized, quite compelled by the news, by events, and how it makes me feel, and the effect of listening to what's going on in the world brought to my mind the metaphor that you probably have heard used in spiritual traditions of the waves versus the ocean. So the ocean is this vast, 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 vast body of water, but on the very, very top level of it is the level we call the waves, the surface. And that surface is continually moving, changing. The tide rolls in, the tide rolls out. The surface can be calm and serene. It can be tumultuous and dangerous and crashing and all different ways. And so that is often likened to the way our mind is always changing. Different thoughts, different reactions, different feelings. We have a hunger to know, and we have a hunger to be right or to be validated or just to find out what's happening. And particularly our alert system, our survival system, we want to know if we're in danger or if we're safe. So we're always scanning for information. And then those bits of information in the mind, those thoughts, those ever-changing thoughts translate into ever-changing emotional reactions. Feeling good, feeling relieved, feeling joyful, feeling relaxed, feeling alert, feeling alarmed, feeling scared, feeling anxious, feeling, in danger or angry and victimized or whatever it is. It's a continual show. It's ever changing. And then that ripples through into our nervous system, which is responsible for whether we feel grounded and supported and safe or whether we feel anxious and unsafe. And of course, the reason that we're in this continual play of forces and ever changing is that we're focused on the outer events of our world, and those are ever changing. The events of the world is like, particularly as it's fed to us in a heightened and increased time frame compared to how humanity evolved thousands of years ago, we're being assaulted by an increasingly rapid sequence of events and news bits, etc. And then not only is the world outer events, the political world or the social world ever changing, our personal world is changing, our life events are changing. So our reactions, we're completely fixated, and our sense of safety depends very much on our personal world, depends to a great degree on the external social political environment also, and how our mind interprets these things, the judgments we make. So, as I said, this is equated to the level of waves, that very narrow bandwidth on the top of a vast, vast, vast body of water, which basically, as soon as you start descending from the waves, becomes more and more still, more and more peaceful, more and more powerful. And so, how do we do that? What does that equate to? So, in the spiritual traditions, it's equated to the difference between our grasping mind and our interpreting, judging mind, our personally invested mind, to our awareness, the background, that which is between thoughts, that which is our presence itself, that which is our true identity, that is simply beingness, consciousness, the witness awareness that holds and sees everything without reacting. So when you can connect with that essence of awareness that is underneath the more emotionally invested reacting mind, you actually can fall deeper into connection with the depths of the ocean, with the peace, the support, and the power of who you really are, your consciousness. You do that through relaxing the mind, through meditation, through different practices. I often suggest to students that for clients to focus on the agitation in the mind as though it's a bunch of tangled, knotted ribbons that are all, jumbled up in the headspace, because our energy is often, usually focused here. If you can just imagine it, picture those knots relaxing and unknotting and flowing, like kind of like satin ribbons starting to sink downward. And just follow your energy from that head where things are very intense down into the lower centers, into the heart center, into this deep cavity of awareness of the heart, and then deeper into the belly, and all the way down through your feet into the earth, and feeling the grounded support of the earth holding you. And this usually has the effect of allowing the thoughts to become more quiet and the energy to become more peaceful. So I encourage you to use this image of the waves versus the depths of the ocean. If you just take a deep breath and allow your energy to fall down, just as though you're imagining dropping a stone into the water and watching it sink slowly, floating downward till it finally touches the earth, the ground, the bottom of the ocean. You can actually affect your whole nervous system to feel more safe and more supported. I leave you with that for now. Be the ocean, not the waves, and know that you have a choice. This is Tomar Levine of Soul Guidance for Awakening and tomarlevine.com, sending you many blessings. Bye for now.